Hello in Belgium.
To our live. My name is Catherine Wolf.
And my name is René Nieuwester. Today I will be...
There we go. We have a new format. So welcome. Today in June, being Self-Love Awareness Month, we are going to be talking about how we give ourselves self-love.
So how do you give yourself self-love?
So firstly, I think it's important to say that self-love is not something that anybody else can give you. And if you don't know yet, self-love has got nothing to do with anything outside of you. So I can't just go and run myself a bubble bath and give myself self-love or take myself off to the spa for the day, which would be amazing, but that's not self-love. So to give ourselves self-love, to give myself self-love, first and foremost, I need to be aware of myself. I need to be aware of what I am feeling and take responsibility for that rather than blaming it on anything outside of myself, which is much easier, but that's not self-love.
Yeah, so the awareness is super important. It's like being aware of what it is that I am experiencing on the inside. And as I'm aware of that, I can choose whether that is good enough for me or not. However, without the awareness, that is just going to happen to me. And it's like the one thing after the other thing that just continues to happen to me.
So now we have awareness. What do we do with that awareness?
So awareness of what? Let's look at the emotional state that takes me away from myself. Let's say it's anger. Let's say it's fear. Let's say it's anxiety. All of that will take me out of this moment, and my awareness of I am not present. I am not in this moment. I'm not experiencing this instant. I'm stuck somewhere in the past, and the instances is just passing past me, one after the other, after the other. And to get to that point of acknowledging that I am so much more than this thing that I'm feeling, whatever this thing is.
Yeah, and I am not this thing that I'm feeling. So detaching ourselves from the feeling and coming out of it and looking in, and that brings about acceptance.
And as soon as we have reached this point of acceptance, of accepting this anger that I'm experiencing in this moment is going to change in an instant. It's like the only constant in life. It's going to be there for a little while and then it's going to be gone. But there's also the other side where it does not go away. How does that work?
Yeah, so it's very possible to remove yourself and to accept this feeling, and then the feeling just stays. And within that, the acceptance of that, being able to just breathe through it, the feeling does pass, and it might not pass instantly, but it does pass, and it only passes when we are out of it, when we create that space, when we're not attached to it, right?
There we go, the attachment. Because as soon as I'm attaching to this feeling and my story has now latched onto this feeling, I am stuck. It's like checkmate. There's no self-love in this moment for myself, and I will be caught up in whatever this world gets to present, the outside. So this self-love thing is really an inside thing rather than an outside thing. So to make the inside bigger and the outside smaller, because that's a big challenge that we walk around with. We blow up the outside and make it so significant and so important. Our attachments all tied up to the outside, and the outside will consistently continue to fail us over and over again.
Yes, it will. And that is not a loving space to be in. It can be incredibly destructive to be in that space, and it drains our energy, and it's really just about making the outside more important for us than we are for ourselves, than our own peace of mind is for ourselves, and taking responsibility for ourselves, because that's a really difficult thing, right? In this practice, it's the big girl panty practice. Because it's about taking responsibility for everything and not blaming anybody else for how I feel.
And within that acknowledgement of taking responsibility and saying, let me look at the inside. I promise you, if you will question yourself on anything that presents itself from the outside, if you were to question yourself to say, have I ever done that? The answer will be yes. And if you can see that it's something inside of you, it's so easy to, oh, okay, I can let this go. But it's if this is only on the outside and you can't see it on the inside, that's what I'm talking about. The outside blown up so big and the inside is insignificant. It does not matter. But to turn this thing around and have the inside more significant, we get to look at, have I done that? And the answer is yes. And then I'm like, okay, I can let this go, because now I have found a newfound awareness on something that is really inside and not outside. And the letting go of that gives me peace and gives me freedom.
Yes, exactly. And the letting go of that keeps us in the present moment, which is the only place that love exists. So, to practice breathing. And that is it all. To practice breathing with a still mind, in acceptance, and that is a self-love practice right there.
In its own. Just we've got 101 self-love practices, like so many different ones. And by just practicing this one, like just make sure you've got your breath from your diaphragm and you're looking at it from an objective point of view. I promise you it's going to be 1, 2, 3. The only constant in life is change. So these emotional states, they come and they go, and they come and they go. It's only our attachment to them that keeps us stuck.
Yeah, so practice of breathing. So we've got a self-love workshop coming up. We are really excited to be launching this version of it. We are doing it on the 7th of July. If you would like some more information, it's going to be completely free, and we're going to be really taking this and unpacking it and give you real tools and techniques that are going to shift your experience of self-love now. So if you would like the details, please drop us a line, DM us, or drop a comment and say Self-Love Workshop, and we will send you the details.
That's a take.
That's a take. Thank you, everybody.